It can be hard as parents to start discussions of race in our own homes.
As we heard from our families, kids often know a lot more about what's going on than we might think, and they have a lot of questions.
So as part of our special, Something Happened in Our Town, we turned to two experts who appear regularly on Mid-Morning, Dr. Shonda Kraft and Michael Walker, to get their insight on how parents can start conversations and try to answer some of those questions.
How do you explain race to children?
Yeah, I think for me, where I really like to start is even just noticing that there are differences and naming what those differences are. And I start with vocabulary, right? Let's make sure we're all talking from the same perspective. So if you say black, what does that mean, right? Is that how someone else wants to be referred to? When we say white, what does that mean? Where do they come from? And so I think just practicing asking those questions from a place of curiosity, like, oh, okay, in our house, I'm married to a white man, our children are biracial, all of us have different skin tones. And, my youngest daughter a few years ago said, so why is my skin closer to your color, Mommy? And Alexis's skin is closer to Daddy's. And so just even starting to talk about, shades and tonations of skin and what does that mean?
This is hard for adults to talk about. So as a parent, if this is hard for you to talk about, where do you start?
Yeah, starting is always, I don't know if we have a choice for where we start. And I'm thinking about specifically for our black and brown parents and our kids. So sometimes they experience racism through our experience. So they'll be in a space with us when something occurs, and now we have to explain to them what took place and what happened, right? And so that can start at any age that they notice and recognize it. And so I guess that's where you start at, right? That's where it kind of starts at.
Shonda, what advice do you have for parents to get over their own discomfort?
Well, I think it starts with just examining yourself. What is uncomfortable? For most people, what's unknown is what's uncomfortable. If we don't have any friends or colleagues or neighbors who look different from us or have different life experiences, then we might just kind of say, well, everybody's the same and I treat everybody the same. And, really starting to self-examine and really think about, okay, so why am I uncomfortable with difference? Race is one of those differences that I think for a lot of families, and particularly white families, that they feel really uncomfortable. They're afraid they're going to bumble and stumble and make a mistake. And so I think it really does start with, okay, well, how do I identify? Because those places where we feel really uncomfortable, where we feel like maybe we need to hide, are probably exactly the places where we need to shine a light.
When we talk about this space of being uncomfortable, right? It's just like what we tell with young people, right? When you're learning something, it's going to be uncomfortable to learn a new strategy, whether that's in math or science, right? So as adults, we have to be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable so we can learn how to have these types of conversations. If we only want to stick in our space of comfort, then we're not going to move the needle. We're not going to move the needle at all. And so being uncomfortable is part of the process. It's part of it. And I like to say you have to become comfortable with the uncomfortable, because that's where that learning actually happens and that growth occurs.
This was a full-hour conversation that I had with the two of them, and every moment of it was powerful and useful. And I hope we are able to put all of that online, because we know them well. And I think that's part of having this conversation. They talked about it in terms of surrounding yourself with different kinds of people. And it felt more comfortable to be able to do it there, because these are harder conversations to have.
One of the most compelling pieces of the conversation I had with the family I spoke with, the mother said she grew up in a predominantly white community, and her first real experience with diversity was going away to college. And she had that moment where she had to decide, okay, I'm going to cling to what I know, or I'm really going to push myself out there to try to understand an experience outside my own. And so that was a very pivotal decision for her. And now her girls are growing up learning so much through her, because she's making it a point to expose them to different people, to different cultures, to different experiences earlier in life in a way that she was not exposed herself.
So different than growing up in a black family where there is no choice about these conversations. Life happens. These things happen, and these conversations happen too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you have to make the choice if you are a white family, because every other family in our community is counting on you to do that work as well in your house. And it is work. I think you got that from Shonda and Michael.
For sure. And Michael says later on in the conversation, this is not something that we can sugarcoat.
Right.
And I think he's absolutely right with there. We want to keep this conversation going, and we hope that you do too with us. Our special, Something Happened in Our Town, talking to our kids about race. It's going to air today, 12:30 and 7 p.m. It's going to be on CBSN Minnesota. This is produced in partnership with the Children's Theater Company in Minneapolis.